Hey guys, uh, so I don't normally, make non-guitar videos for my channel, but I wanted to make one for this because there aren't many videos on the internet for this thing right now, which it's a fidget cube. It's an actual Antsy Labs fidget cube, not one of the Chinese, knockoff counterfeit ones. I think there's one other guy who has a couple of review videos up, and there aren't too many people that have these yet. I was backer 2,400, so I assume there are at least 2,399 other people who might have theirs. But in any case, let's I'll just give a quick overview of everything and my thoughts. So the packaging, much like the other reviewer I mentioned, mine also arrived with a nice big crack on the case, which is unfortunate because this actually is some pretty nice packaging. It's got a little sticky pad right there, which this should have just stayed on. Mine was bouncing around freely when I unboxed it, and it comes with a little matte finish Kickstarter fidget cube sticker and a nice little microfiber drawstring pouch, which I don't personally use, but it is cool. So let's move that aside and look at the actual cube itself, and I'll just run through everything. So the gears, they are sort of tougher than I expected. I thought they would just kind of be free spinning, but there's an indent kind of thing for each tooth, which gives it like a rough kind of ratchety feel. It's pretty cool. The ball spins freely if you flick it. Of course, you can just roll it around, and it has a soft little click to it that feels nice. The worry stone, I mean, it's just a divot. There's not much to say about that. I wasn't really excited about it. It does admittedly feel kind of satisfying to rub. That's what she said. But I mean, it is what it is. The joystick, I'm not a big fan of, although I do want to be. It's kind of like a 3DS circle pad, except worse. It's just got smooth plastic instead of like a soft rubber coating. It doesn't have the range of the circle pad. It has a pretty limited range overall, which is probably my biggest complaint, because it just doesn't give the feedback that I want. And it also has a tendency to feel scratchy instead of completely smooth. But it does work. I am kind of warming up to it. I was just disappointed, I guess, because I've been kind of spoiled by playing 3DS so much. Let's see, the button side. The buttons are really nice. The middle, I almost said middle pair. The middle button has sort of a soft click to it. Feels really good. One pair on the outside has, on opposite sides there, it's a hard click, and it actually is pretty hard to actuate, I guess you could say, to press at any rate. Feels really good to, I mean, it's hard for a small button. It's not like it doesn't require any great amount of force, but it's harder than I thought. Feels nice to press with the joint of your thumb. And then the other pair are silent, and they're actually springy. I expected them, or I guess I should say I was afraid they would be sort of mushy feeling, but they actually feel really nice. So that was a nice surprise. The spinning disc thing, you can probably hear that. It has a really nice ratcheting sound and feel. I expected it to be free spinning and just smooth and silent for the most part, but I really like the way that it is. The ratcheting action feels really nice. It does require a little more force than I thought it would, just because of the resistance imparted by the ratchet mechanism. But one of my favorite parts of the cube. I'm always spinning that around. The switch is really great. It has a nice throw. It is very light and snappy. It has a really nice click to it. It has this little indentation for middle position right there. Very light indentation. You can't really feel it when you're using it. You can't really get it to that point without doing it deliberately. You know, you can go really fast with it. You can just sort of touch it, and it doesn't require much force at all to get it to click all the way down. And you can sort of rock it and keep your finger on it to silence it. And you can also do this weird double click kind of thing that I discovered. That's a lot of fun. Probably really annoying to anyone who might be nearby. And that is it. I'm really happy with it. I use it more than I thought it would, or thought I would. I actually use it a lot driving around and riding around in other people's cars. And I keep it by my keyboard, so I'll pick it up randomly and fiddle around with it. And for my job, I sit at a computer all night, basically, and browse stupid things on Reddit and watch stupid things on YouTube. And so I'll have this in my free hand a lot of the time, just fidgeting away. Yeah, that's about it. Probably the only non-guitar related video I'll have on this channel ever.